Good morning, Antique and Garden Showcase friends. Glad to have you back here on the channel. I'm Mark, and today what we're going to do is something a little different. I managed to acquire a piece of sterling silver. It's actually a sterling silver julep cup at a thrift store not long ago for, let's just say, pennies on the dollar. Anyway, it was inscribed with a lot of real estate award type things, so it's nothing that anybody would want to buy out of the case at the store. So I thought, well, let's see if we can sell it for silver weight. I've never done this before, so I'm going to actually go to a jewelry store, see what they offer and how well this particular purchase turns out. So this is the julep cup that we're looking at. It's got the name of a realtor on the side. It was an award. Looks like it was Prudential was the one that gave that away, but it was marked sterling on the bottom, sterling USA. So I thought, well, you know, most people probably won't want this in their collection. If it was a Derby winner, yes, but since it's not a Derby winner or anything like that, we're just going to go in here and see what they will offer. All right, so our first offer was $51 for the glass. Let's go check out another one and see what they say. You'd never take the first offer. Well, I just stopped in jewelry store number 2 in downtown Richmond. They had a sign up that said that they buy silver or gold on the front door, and they offered 55 versus 51 at the first place. So, you know, these places are probably looking to double their money like anybody else, and that's fine. Later, I'll tell you what I have in this investment, which will shock you, but and how I found it. But anyway, we're gonna look on. I haven't decided to sell it yet. Like I said, you never take the first offers that you get. You keep looking. So I don't know where I'm going to try next, but we'll see. This video may take a turn and do something totally different, but yeah, we'll see you in the next scene. So I'm here waiting for one of my favorite restaurants to open, Casa Fiesta here in Richmond, Kentucky. And I was just admiring the landscape here, how pretty it is. And we had like 20-degree temp, you know, in the 20s last night. But these chrysanthemums are just, that color is so pretty. The yellow with the purple mixed in on the side. And then these Atlas cedars are like as tall as the building. Really, really pretty. Anyway, I'm here at home. We did have 20-degree weather last night, so it took out the rest of the stuff around here. Let me flip the camera so you can see. I had cannas out here and they are fried now, and so are the rest of the stuff that was in here, lantana and whatever else, coleus. So I'm gonna go trim this off. I'm gonna keep my cannas, the bulbs, in the garage over winter, and then I'm gonna get the some of the birch branches out here, and I'll show you how I put those in with the bricks. So I've got those nasty planters that are ruined out of the 2 outside urns. I've got a couple of bricks in my hand. And all I do for these, very simply, I don't secure these in any way because these planters have kind of a lip to them. So once you slide them in there, there's no way they're going to get out. I do the same 2 in there, and I sit them side by side. And then I will zip tie that tree to that base. It gives it a little lift, gives it something to tie to, so if the wind gets in it, it will keep it from falling over in here. Now I do have to take a different procedure in the one that's out here. The older urn, I've still got the chrysanthemums in it out there. But with that one, I have to actually lift the bowl off of this one, and I put a little metal bracket underneath, and I zip tie the bricks to the metal bracket because this one does not have a lip inside for those bricks to catch on. So if the tree did get wind, it would topple in this one, as opposed to the others. These have quite a bit of depth to them, and that keeps it from doing it along with this lip edge that's inside. So different procedure for different urns, and the older ones are a little trickier, so I'll show that one if I get around to it here in just a couple of minutes. So for the older urn, it simply takes a couple of extra parts that I found to secure it, and I've used this. This is an old lamp part, and it's got 2 places where I can slide a zip tie through on each end. And what I'll do is I'll slide this on the underside of that bowl. I'll put the zip tie through. Well, I'll probably have to go down one side and around the other. Can't do this while holding the camera at the same time. But in essence, it's gonna go like this. It'll go up through the bricks in the middle, and it'll zip tie those down and hold them in place. I'll show you when I get that out there. So I have my parts here ready to go. I have the lamp part, I have that fixed. I have a V shape now to this. So what I'll do is I'll scooch that up through the middle hole of this, and then it'll wrap around those bricks. So let me get that put together and I'll show you when I zip that together. I need a tripod out here or something. It's hard to do this holding the camera with one hand and try to put this together. Okay, I would like to have showed you how I'd put that together, but you get the idea here, I think. On the bottom, this little rig that I put together holds the bottom portion of the zip tie underneath and keeps that from sliding through. So that's the whole purpose of that metal right there, is just to keep the zip tie from sliding through and to have something to hold on to. Then I zip tie that around the 2 bricks, and that holds them in place since I don't have a lip to catch the corners of those bricks in this pot. Because if I just zip tied to the bricks alone without holding them in place, then the tree would still topple over. And this is going to be my new willow tree out here, so I want this to be held in place really well. So now I think I will go get the willow tree and just try to install it while I've got this apart. Make my life a lot easier. So I'm taking the willow tree apart here out of the box for the first time, and I noticed on the stand they actually have double-sided tape now. So if you have a situation where you want to stick it down, that's actually perfect. But for me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to zip tie through these holes, 1 hole on each side, to the bricks, and that will hold it perfectly in place for the Christmas season. So now I just have to put all the pieces together. You should have seen me when I opened this thing up. I was like, ooh, it's really fuzzy. I didn't think it was going to be like that. It's really thin and airy, so that's going to be kind of a neat look when I get it all untied, I think. All right, here we go. Okay, now, so this part, I put one of the smaller zip ties under the brick and up through it. Put the flat side, not the secure side, in through here. Same on this side, 1 in the back corner, 1 in the front corner. If you really wanted to make it super secure, you could do all 4. I don't think that's going to be necessary here because, like I said, this is really airy and lightweight anyway. So I think just securing it when each corner is going to be sufficient. So as you can see, it's got 4 holes there. So I'll get this corner and place it up here, and then we'll get it secured in place. All right, so I have this secured on this corner and this corner, and it was actually being a real pain. It is kind of wobbly still, being with this. It is fairly high, so let me show you the height. Okay, so I may have to go back and secure those other corners on this one. I don't on my shorter ones, which are probably about this high, but being that it's got this extra height, it tends to be a little bit more top heavy. So I think I'm going to go ahead and secure all 4 corners on this one just to be on the safe side, because it is a much bigger tree. And there's the finished product installed. I'm kind of liking it. It's a little wild and woolly. It's got a little bit more height to it. And then when I fill this all in with greenery in here later, I think that's going to look really good. It's going to look better than just that little stick that was in there before. So this is a little fuller, a little better looking all the way around. Kind of liking this one a little bit. A little different from what we've had before in here. So it kind of, this bed just didn't suit me last year, and I think that whole thing is going to look quite a bit better at night too. But it'll be a while till we see the finished nighttime product, because I still got all those to do, and they're not going to be done in this video. I'm just doing this one today because this is the hardest one to do. Those are a breeze compared to this pot. Well, I thank you all for watching Antique and Garden Showcase. Glad to have you here. If you have not become a subscriber, would love to have you as part of this channel. Just hit the bell for notifications of when the next things come out. I typically do videos on Wednesday morning and Saturday morning around 7 Eastern time. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a good week. See you Saturday. Bye.